So I'm just in the middle of a road trip back to Arizona. Summer travels with the family. Chelsea and the girls flew back, and me and the dog here are driving back to Arizona. So I thought I'd pull off right here and take advantage of this open space and do a workout, shoot my bow, swing some kettlebells around, just to expend some energy. It's a long day, just seated, you know, 2 sedentary road trip. And my hips get tight, you know, the dog needs to run around. And I cruised in right here and I started checking out some antelope. The antelope are just everywhere in this area. This area is known for antelope. But I thought I'd share this workout in case any of you out there are archers and you also train. This is a fun workout. I love doing a variety of these different workouts, getting the heart rate up through some sort of movement. Could be calisthenics, kettlebells, could be a short jog. Getting the heart rate up and drawing back, anchoring and zeroing in on your target, trying to calm the breath, calm the mind, and really zero in and focus. So it sort of simulates a situation when you are hunting and your heart rate is elevated. And so it's kind of good training in that sense, but it's not necessary. You don't need to do this type of training to be a good archer. There's plenty of bow hunters out there that are way better than me, way more successful than me. They don't do this. And, you know, they practice and it's experience, right? But this is just a fun, creative way. You know, I'm all about breaking this mundane methods of training and breaking out of the routine where you know the modality of movement so well. It's not so much of a challenge, but maybe putting yourselves in a scenario where your nervous system has to really adapt and it has to adapt really quick. It's under pressure and a novel experience too. And there's a lot of evidence that shows that novel experiences is really important for your brain, for neuroplasticity, for protecting your brain, protecting your mental faculties, especially into old age. So I really truly believe that part of continuing to challenge ourselves isn't just challenging your cardiovascular health or isn't just challenging your 1 rep max, your absolute strength, but it's really challenging the different experiences, putting yourselves in these challenging scenarios. You know, that way when you do get into challenging scenarios, you know how to adapt quickly and you won't sort of panic and such. You'll be able to calm yourself. And whether it's a situation for hunting, whether it's that or a experience that you may be faced with sort of saving your life. This is the Minuteman case by Decked, and it fits in the Decked drawer system. I'll do a video on this later. I love it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot a few rounds to warm up. I got my target out there. It's just set out for 40 yards. Warming up. I actually haven't shot for a couple of months because we took this road trip 2 months ago, and I injured my rib messing around, and I couldn't hold. It hurt too much, so I haven't shot for a couple of months. My binding harness and my rangefinder. 46. Not bad. What I'm gonna do is with this first circuit, I'm gonna use the Ormorpho vest here. I love using this thing. G-Vest by Ormorpho. It adds just 10 pounds, so it's micro weight. It's evenly dispersed across the entire vest, so it's not centered right here. It doesn't flop. It's nice and tight, fits like a glove. And this adds another 10 pounds. It's not too much weight to the point where it's really wearing on your joints, you know. It adds just enough. And when you take it off, you feel it. Like even when you're in the session, and when you're breathing, it expands. With this right here, this system right here, it's these cords right here will allow your chest to expand while you're breathing. So anyways, that's what I'm using for the set. Now let's get into the set. I'm gonna do a kettlebell swing variation right here. You'll see what that is in a moment. And I'm gonna jog this little trail right here, this cow trail. I'm gonna go down 50 yards, get to the end of that 50 yards. I'm gonna do 10 push-ups, get up and jog back. Then when I get back right here, I'm gonna do a kettlebell shotgun row. Since I did a push down there, I'm gonna do a pull down here. And this is for endurance. It's not for hypertrophy. It's for strength endurance, right? Your heart's gonna be up, your heart rate's gonna be up. Come over here, I'm gonna come to the bow and I'm gonna shoot one arrow over here. So I'm gonna try to calm the nervous system, try to calm the breath, be able to hold steady, being able to anchor the same place, grip the riser the same place, just trying to be repetitive. So it's second nature, right? It's instinct. So I'm not thinking about it. You know, I'm not thinking about calming myself, but it's like automatically I'm learning to just hone in, zero in, calm the heart rate, be able to focus and shoot accurately. So that's the first circuit right here. I'm gonna do this in between kettlebell jog, push up, push row circuit in between every arrow. Okay, so I got 5 arrows right there. And that's a real simple, just basic, easy, fun, creative workout. Let's go in. Bad. Rest like minute or 2 minutes, even less if you're in better shape, and get right back to it. I think that was okay. A little low. All of those were a little low. Another thing is, when I come out here, when I come anywhere in native country, I always know that I'm on indigenous people's land. Before it was New Mexico state land, before it transferred hands of 5 different estates and 3 different cattle ranch companies. This is indigenous land before that. And right here in the southern or northern New Mexico, southern Colorado area, I believe it was Comanche people, maybe some Arapaho people came out this way, maybe Cheyenne people came this far south, maybe there's the Diné people that came out this way. I know there's a band of Apache that's further south that came out this way, but you know, further south. There's some Pueblo people not far from here, a lot of Pueblo villages, and their people were in this area. And so it's always good to acknowledge and recognize the indigenous peoples, the first peoples that were here. So when I come out to these places and I do my, you know, what I call earth gym training outside on the land, and I always acknowledge the earth, the jovet beneath my feet, and I feel the wind, the hovered. I feel the sunlight, tastonorig, and I acknowledge the smells. So I'm acknowledging all the senses, my 6 senses, my smell, my taste, tasting of the air, the wind, all that. You know, hearing, listening here, feeling, touch, you know, seeing things, smelling the land right here. A lot of beautiful things to acknowledge when you come train outside. And when I'm doing something like, you know, trying to calm my breath, I'm thinking about that I'm pulling for all this, the life force and the universe and great field of consciousness and this beautiful earth. I'm pulling from all that life force and energy and enhancing my own, because I'm the same as it, just like you are. We're all a part of it. We're not separate of it. We're all a part of this beautiful interconnected web of life. It's far bigger than what we could really, truly, our human minds can fathom. Anyways, let's see how I did. Not bad right here. Not bad for shooting under pressure. And these are all pretty good right here. I'm gonna go fight geek right here. 4 out of 5 was pretty good, and this one right here, this list was low, and that'll make a difference, right, in the animal's vitals right here, right? So maybe that would have been a bad shot, but anyways, fun way to train. And like I said, this is just, it's about the creativity. It's about challenging yourself, setting yourself up in a situation you've never been in. There are some familiar aspects of it, such as the kettlebell swing, but you're putting yourself in a different challenge that you normally don't do. When you walk into a gym, right, the gym hardly ever changes. You go to the same gym for years, all the equipment's in the same places, see the same people. You have your routine. Oh, I'm gonna warm up over here, I'm gonna go do a stepper here, then I'm gonna go in here and get on my bench and do the same routine. And you know, some people don't care about, they're looking for hypertrophy and growth, and they're gonna continue to do what works, right? And that's fine too. But for everyone out there who is training for functionality, and you're training for, you know, a sense of giving thanks for your body and giving thanks for this human existence, this life here. You're training your body, you're celebrating your body, but you're at the same time enhancing your experience here as a human being. You're enhancing your spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional wellness. You're enhancing your cognitive health here, so that way you have longevity in your thoughts and your memory and your cognition. You're enhancing your cardiovascular health, so that way you're also increasing your lifespan. You're improving muscle metabolism, you're improving overall metabolic health, you're improving your functional movement patterns, pushing, pulling, running, you know, rotating, you know, doing all these things that you do throughout the day in your daily task. You're training movement patterns here, not muscle groups, training for functionality. And so, you know, for everyone who trains in that sense, coming out and the land and creating a new novel workout experience, that's a really fun aspect to movement that I don't hear too many people acknowledging. It's about creativity, bringing the creativity and really testing yourself to seeing how you perform under pressure, right? And so this is a fun one for all you archers out there that may have never experimented with this type of training. It's somewhat common. I've seen a lot of archers across YouTube do variations of this, but you know, I like to incorporate also this vest, the G vest right here. It brings on a little bit of, you know, weight, 10 pounds right here, not so much, not too much, but not too little, enough to give you a bit of a challenge. And I think I felt it with the vest. And also to the elevation, we're at 6,100 feet right here, according to my Garmin watch. So, you know, I usually operate at like 1,300 feet in Arizona. So I've definitely felt the elevation as I'm running. Anyways, I just thought I would share my workout, and maybe it'll give you some ideas, maybe it'll give you some, you know, affirmations as to way you train. Maybe you take something out of this. And what I do and what I share is not for everyone, but I share for those who are willing to give it a shot, and in hopes to inspire once again. So keep your fire strong.